channel. I'm Jennifer of Custom Chic, and if you're new here, let me be the first to welcome you. My channel focuses on fashion, travel, and overall lifestyle. So if that is the kind of content that you are into, then I would encourage you to subscribe, share, like, definitely hit that bell notification so you know each time I upload a video. But you know what? We are in the middle of Vlogmas. So if this is your first time stumbling on my channel, go ahead and go down there. Yep, share, subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you do not miss a video. But welcome to another edition of Vlogmas, and today I'm talking all about my favorite and not so favorite luxury purchases of 2020, and then I have some other honorable mentions. So I'm going to show you guys my outfit and then we can get right into it. My outfit for today is an exaggerated sleeve dress from H&M. It's very simple, just a nude color. This is an exact dupe of Isabel Marant style, so with the puckered right here, and then I just have on my Walmart fashion little suede, faux suede booties, and that is the look for the day. So, oh, and then of course my favorites, Louis earrings from Louis Vuitton. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's talk favorites. So I probably will do like an in-depth review on these just because a lot of people ask me questions about them. When I first saw them, I fell in love, and what is them? None other than my Louis Vuitton earrings, and the name of the earring itself is called the Louis earring. I saw these probably last year, so in 2019, and I was like, pretty. I don't know. At the time, I didn't really do luxury jewelry, and I used to think that it was, for lack of a better term, a waste of money because most of them are not real gold. Well, I mean, luxury brands do have real, you know, precious stone and metals, but not, I can't afford that. So there's that. But I saw them, and at the time they retailed for a little bit under $600, and I was like, oh no, I don't think I'm into it. And then I started seeing them more and more, and honestly the person who actually made me really want to get them is my girlfriend Corey. She has a pair, and also Monroe Steele. I was watching her YouTube videos because she's one of my faves, and literally every outfit I saw her wearing, she had these earrings in, and I was like, oh wow. Like, I initially thought that because they had the monogram on them that they would not transition well, but honey, I find myself reaching for these earrings more than anything else. I mean, they are the perfect, and I'm going to take them off just for you guys here. They are the perfect size, and again, they have the LV here. I did an in-depth review on these earrings earlier on in the summer when I first purchased them, so I will go ahead and link that on the bottom. And then I think what I'm going to do is also like a 6-month to 1 year review. We're right at the 6-month mark, and I'm still loving them. I'm still reaching for them. They were, when I purchased them, they had already gone to a second markup, so I paid $7.45. I know a lot of you are thinking like, that is an exorbitant amount of money for a pair of earrings. That's not real gold. That's probably true, but here we are. So, you know, all I can say is that I love them. They were something that I gifted to myself because I met a YouTube goal that I had set for myself. Actually, I surpassed the goal that I had made for myself. So I was like, you know, why not treat yourself? This is really fun, but it is a lot of hard work also, especially when you also work a full-time job. So I wanted to reward myself, and this is what I wanted. So this is probably #1 on my favorite luxury items that I purchased in 2020. I'm sure you have seen me wearing them over and over again, and it's good stuff. I love them. They also do come in a silver colorway. Now, I'm not a big silver metal person, so I probably would not purchase them, but if somebody wanted to gift them to me, I wouldn't say no. This year, I really found myself buying a lot of luxury shoes. I don't know what it was. It's just, I am a shoe girl. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love a good thread, right? I love a good thread, made well, fits well. But this year, I just found myself buying a lot of shoes, and it's very ironic because there were not that many places to go. There really wasn't. So I'm kind of shocked at myself for buying all of these shoes. But the first ones that I want to talk about are these, and I featured these before. But I'm featuring them again because they did make the favorite list. Now, these are the YSL logo espadrille, and they have the like animal print here. I snagged these. They were the last size at Neiman Marcus, and I want to say they were about $400. I've worn them 4 times since I've purchased them, and considering that I bought them like right at the beginning of fall, it's not bad, right? That's not bad. I will say they are very comfortable now, but they were not when I purchased them. The first time I wore them, that pinky toe was just not happy. but now that my foot has gotten accustomed and I kind of molded the shoe a little bit, it's a really perfect shoe. I'm really excited to wear this on vacations. I live in Florida, so I am going to get my cost per wear for this shoe. I want to say it normally retails for $995 or more. I have seen it on, I have seen it on websites currently, and it's $9.95. It comes in different colorways, so it comes in the black, and then I want to say it comes in like a cream color, but this was the first time that I saw the actual cheetah print, or well, animal print. I guess it's cheetah, or it's leopard. It's probably leopard. So that's what drew me to them, and I thought this is going to be a perfect shoe for when I go on vacation during, God willing, the spring and summertime, to pair with like florals, because it's just the right amount of fabric in that animal print, and it's just, it works. And then, I mean, what says summer or spring more than like jute or espadrille? I'm not sure what material you call it. I mean, espadrille is the style of the shoe and jute is the fabric, so that's probably a really good distinction to talk about. But yeah, so made it on my favorites list. While we are on the Saint Laurent train, let's pull this bad boy up. Now, I've talked about this before, and I featured it in my Palm Springs vlog. I went to visit my best friend. I think I talked about this earlier this year, and I've also mentioned this in Vlogmas because this is very much like deja vu. So I know I've talked about this, but I love this little bag. It's so cute. It is a crossbody, but it's got a chain link detail as a strap, so I can wear it like this, or I can wear it long. When I purchased this bag, I found myself reaching for it over and over and over again. I purchased this at the Cabazon luxury outlets, and it was actually during COVID, so we were waiting in line, so that like they queued us and made sure that there weren't too many people in the store. And when I tell you, like when we got online, I was like looking around like, oh, I really want to go to Bottega, like why are we at YSL, like why are we here? And I turned to the right and I saw this thing. It was like calling me, so I was like, I gotta have it. And then the sales associate guy, John, he was super sweet. I'm still in contact with him because he's still trying to get me to buy stuff. But that's probably why he's super sweet. And he was like, oh, it's the only one. I mean, you can't tell a girl like me stuff like that, because then I think it's the only one, which in all reality, it's probably not. Like, this did not go to manufacturing with just one print, right? There's probably dozens of these bags all over the place. Really fly girls out there wearing them, but I love this. I'm super happy that I got it. I got it for, it was less than $900, and I think it retails for $17.95. So that is a really good price point. I'm making that number up because I feel like that's what I spent in that store. But it wasn't the only thing that I got that time. Let me show you guys what else I got. Ta-da! So I purchased these pumps at the same time that I got this purse in Palm Springs, or on the way to Palm Springs. It's literally like 20 minutes outside of Palm Springs. And I love this shoe. So these came out probably in like 2017, 2018 is when I started first seeing them on the scene. And I first saw them in a black colorway, so just a regular leather black. And then I saw them in the patent leather black, and then they came in a suede, and then I started seeing them in cream, and then I started seeing them in like a burgundy. So this was the first time that I had actually seen them in this metallic gold. And I was like, oh wow, I gotta have them. They also had them in a silver, but the hardware was like a bronze, and I wasn't really feeling that. But I really like these, and it just so happened that they went with the shoe. I don't always wear them together. I think I've worn them together once, actually twice. No, I've worn them together once. So I like that they can be paired together, but not necessarily. So these made my favorites list because I had been eyeing these for a really long time, and I ended up getting them at the outlet. I want to say it was like $4.95, or so maybe that was what, $4.95, not the bag. I can't recall because I don't have my receipts anymore. But they're comfortable. You would not think so because the heel is so thin, and it seems like, okay, the only thing holding this up is the logo or the monogram. But honestly, like, this was very well constructed. They're super comfortable. The only thing sometimes I worry about is like if I'm walking on maybe cobblestone or a street where there's like a lot of what are those things called, like not sewers, but like just openings out in the street. Yeah, I guess they're sewer caps. That my foot is gonna get stuck. But they do have this handy dandy piece of rubber here that kind of like alleviates all of that. So it works really well. So if you've been anywhere outside your front door or in front of your computer, you know that Bottega Veneta has been killing the game, okay? Killing the game in 2019, 2020. He's probably really about to skyrocket into 2021. So when we got to these Cabazon outlets in Palm Springs and I realized that there was a Bottega outlet, I was like, we must go in there. we just must, right? Like, we have to go in there. And I snagged these beautiful, like, cranberry and espresso wood samurai looking sandals. I mean, these shoes are so comfortable, and I really love like the history behind it. When I first saw them, one of my favorite movies is The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise. And I went to Japan on a study abroad, so I've always been very intrigued by the Japanese culture. So when I saw this, I thought about like, this is like Japanese, you know, war armor. And the sales associate told me that the guy who actually designed this collection, or was part of the design team in this collection, was Japanese, and it was like an homage to some dynasty. Don't start me the line. I don't even know. But these shoes are really everything, honey. Like, they're super comfortable. I like this, you know, the heel is like this block heel, but then it comes in a little bit, which kind of gives me 70s vibes. So I will be ready for 2021 when it shows up, because the 70s are coming back, or the 70s style is coming back. So get your bell bottoms out, get your platform shoes out, make sure you are ready to go, girls, or beauties rather. You guys are beauties. I mean, you're girls, but you're beauties. So I don't remember what I paid for these. I think it was like 500 some change. And I hate to say it so like nonchalantly, like it's not a large, you know, amount of money, but for the shoe, I'm super happy with it. It's super comfortable. I didn't always think that it was going to be, because this is wood on the bottom, and then it has a really big arch, but otherwise every time I've worn them, they're super comfortable. I get tons of compliments, and they're just a cute little sandal to have, so that's why they made my favorite list. Okay, let's switch it up a little bit and go to a different type of accessory, which is my Chloe top handle crossbody bag. I've talked about this bag to death. I've probably featured it in a couple of different videos on this channel, so I won't talk about it too much more. I purchased this a couple months ago while out in Chicago, and it's just the perfect little bag. Like, it seems like it doesn't fit much, but that is misleading to the eye. I'm telling you, it fits a lot of stuff, at least the essentials: lip gloss, lipstick, phone, keys, cards. That's it. And your mask. It fits all of that in there. You can wear this as just a top handle if you wanted to, so the straps are removable, or you can keep the straps on there. One thing I will say is when I have not removed the straps yet. I always just hold it as a top handle and let the strap kind of live its best life. This is a really long strap, and even when I wear heels, I always find myself like doubling it, so that I'm not tripping over it. So if you are interested in this bag and you are shorter, just keep that in mind. The strap is really long, but if you're gonna wear it as a crossbody, then it's perfect. If you want it to hit you below, like some people wear their crossbodies like really close to the chest, and then some people kind of wear it lower, like towards their stomach area or towards their hip. So if you like that, then that's fine. It is enough strap to wear it however you would like to, but if you're going to hold it like I usually do, just know that the strap is really long. I probably could adjust it to make it shorter, but when I'm looking at it, there's only one notch left. So there's 1 notch, 2 knots, 3 knots, 4 knots. And this notch, I don't think it's gonna make that much of a difference, but I mean, I don't plan on tripping, and because I'm super conscious of it when I'm walking, I don't anticipate any incidences, but I mean, let's try to keep it that way. This retailed for $16.20. I want to say. It wasn't on sale. I didn't plan on buying anything. I just kind of walked in and thought, let's see what catches my eye. I initially saw this croc and boast style in a hunter green in a different bag, and I really liked it, but it didn't really speak to me as much. And I thought, how many times am I going to carry this bag? Chloe bags don't really retail. I mean, their resale value and their retail value are very similar. So if you want to buy a pre-loved Chloe bag, you're probably looking at something around like $1,200 to $1,500. Well, if you want to buy a new Chloe bag, it's probably $1,600 to $2,000. So to me, it just didn't make sense to buy it pre-loved. And because of that, I did not purchase the bag in the croc and boast hunter green, because I just thought, well, I'm not going to wear it that much, and if I'm not really going to get that much, well, I mean, I guess I would have gotten the same or close to the value that I paid for it. It just wasn't a bag style that I thought would be beneficial or would be really good on the resale market. So I just opted for gray, which is a neutral The hardware is gold, which gives it a little bit of pizzazz, because typically when you see gray bags, the hardware is silver or some kind of bronze or metallic. So I really like this. So yep, that is what I picked up from Chloe in 2020. So y'all, can we just talk about these? These are my latest Louboutin purchase. I actually purchased these in September of this year. I was at the Louboutin boutique in Houston, inside of the Saks Fifth Avenue, and it's so funny because they show up like a very matte color on camera, but they are the most vibrant shoe that I own. Every time I wear them, I always remind myself, like, you did a good job when you purchased these. Like, you did a good job when you purchased these. They were actually on sale, so I ended up getting them for $4.77. They retail for $7.95. This daffodil style, I think that is what it's called, also comes in a white. I've seen them in like a fuchsia. I've seen them in a yellow. But this orange is like this neon orange, and they are beautiful. I mean, just stunning. More comfortable than the Socates, and also more comfortable than the Pagali. Like, it's not, I don't think this is the Pagali style. Actually, that's not true. It's the Pagali construction, but the only difference is this detail here, kind of like this scalloping here. Beautiful, looks amazing on the foot. I wore this recently. Where did I go? I went out to dinner with some friends or something like that, but I've definitely worn these. Like, I bought them one day and I wore them the next day to a wedding, and then I wore them after that. And then I wore them after that. And then I wore them after that. Like, I am in love with these shoes. And my girlfriend, who I went with when I went shopping, she thought about getting them. And she was like, no, I don't want to. And now every time I wear them, she's like, I'm so mad I didn't just pull the trigger on those. Like, I'm like, yeah, girl. You should have got them. You should have got them. I mean, honestly, like, they are beautiful. I absolutely love these shoes. Every time I wear them, I feel feminine, I feel sexy. I mean, I think Louboutin does a great job of doing that with his shoe designs. You instantaneously, I mean, that shoe goes up, you know, and those calves are like, bow. It's an instant workout. So if you skip leg day, just throw on some red bottoms. Trust me, it'll work. So there's an honorable mention that I want to talk about that I actually did not purchase, and it was the Prada monolith boot. If you know anything about this boot, you know it kind of ushered us into the season of super chunky, super big, tomboyish, kind of androgynous look. It is the boot of the season, or it was the boot of the season. And I was really interested in it, but I did not know whether or not I was going to love it, so I did not want to invest. It retailed for over $1,000, and every time I went to look on someone's website, they were sold out. So that let me know, okay, this item is really sought after. And then it also let me know, because it's this popular, high street brands and other brands are going to start selling dupes. So that's what I did to make sure that I liked it. And here is the version that I purchased from Pretty Little Things. And this is very, very similar to the Prada monolith boot in that, first of all, the construction and the look. It is a light, it's a light leather. It's not shiny, it's not matte, but it's just like, it's just the right amount of texture. It has the laces, which come in the front, but you put the shoe on through the zipper, right? So the laces are just kind of there for decoration. And then the Prada monolith boot also has pouches here. The taller one, so in height, this is a little bit different. The Prada monolith boot comes in 2 different sizes. The higher one has 2 pouches, and then the lower one has just 1 pouch. I got this from Pretty Little Things, and I'm glad that I did not purchase the Prada monolith boot, because I have only worn these a couple of times, and to be honest with you, they're actually really heavy. And that's not really what you want in a $1,000 boot. At least that's not what I want in a $1,000 boot, right? I don't want it to be chunky. I don't want it to be heavy. It can look chunky, but I don't want it to feel that way. So this is an honorable mention. Again, this is not a luxury item, but it was something that would have been on this list or would have been on this video, but for the dupe. And I'm gonna keep the dupe, obviously. It's in my closet. It's up here. So maybe I'll find better ways to style them. I've seen them on men, I've seen them on women, I've seen them with shorts, dresses, all kind of ways. And I think I wore them with a dress, and then I wore them with some sweats, like that loungewear look, but then you kind of spunk it up with some harder looking boots. And I was just like, I don't love it. So we'll see. It probably will get more use. And if it does, if I do wear these more often, then maybe I will go ahead and get that. But there's now more designers that are reaching out for these, or more designers that are making these, like Bottega Veneta has a lug boot. Gucci has one that's a little bit more feminine and less like with the huge sole, so that might be a better option. So if you are into the Prada monolith booth and you want to purchase it, I would recommend first getting a dupe, one that's not going to be super expensive, to make sure that one, you like the look, you enjoy the feel, and it makes sense in your closet. So that's all that I have for y'all today. I appreciate y'all watching and going with me through my luxury purchases of 2020, at least the ones I mentioned today. So I will see y'all tomorrow.